Hi friends, it's Miss Ruthie and Miss Margarita with you for another Godly Play story. The story this week comes to you with permission from the Godly Play Foundation, and it is The Faces of Easter number 6. So I hope that you've gotten your wiggles out like we normally do. Maybe you did the balloon and you can show that to your mom or dad. Maybe you did the rope and you screamed really loud. And now you're ready to listen to our story. So let's jump right in. In the beginning, the baby was born. The Word was born, a wordless child. And when Jesus looked up into the face of Mother Mary, the cross was already there. And when he looked up into the face of Father Joseph, the cross was there too. And Mary and Joseph held the baby close, kept the baby warm, and gave it everything he needed. And the baby grew. And the baby grew and became a boy. And when Jesus was about 12 years old, he got lost in the temple in Jerusalem. Here he is with the priests. And when Jesus spoke, the priests listened because he knew so much. And when the priest spoke, Jesus listened because he wanted to learn more. Then Mary and Joseph found Jesus and asked him that question that parents ask you and you never know how to answer. Why did you do this? Jesus replied, "Did you not know that I would be in my Father's house?" Mary and Joseph did not understand, but they did not forget. And the boy grew and became a man. And when Jesus was about 30 years old, he went down to the river Jordan, where his cousin John was baptizing people. And Jesus asked John to baptize him. And when Jesus came out of the water, there were people there that said that they saw a dove come down close to Jesus. There were also people there that said that they heard a voice that said, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." After Jesus was baptized, he crossed the river Jordan into the desert and spent 40 days and 40 nights in the desert to learn what his work was going to be. And after Jesus came out of the desert, he began to do his work. What was his work? His work was to come so close to people. And when Jesus came close to people, they could see things they could not see before. They could do things they could not do before. They became well. Jesus also told parables. And he realized that he too would become a parable. So he turned towards Jerusalem for the last time. So Jesus entered Jerusalem for the last time. And it was the time of Passover. So the city was filled with people from many different lands. People thought Jesus was coming to become king, but they were not paying attention. Jesus did not enter riding on a white horse like a king. He wasn't carried by soldiers. Jesus was riding on a donkey that wasn't even his. He borrowed it. Still, on that Sunday, when Jesus rode into Jerusalem, people waved palm branches, which was a sign of a king. On Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Jesus taught at the temple. And every night, he went to the Mount of Olives with the 12. People saw Jesus and whispered that at the Mount of Olives, angels were to come down and form an army that would push out the Roman soldiers. On Thursday, the guards said, "We will take Jesus." But they could not find him on Thursday. That evening, Jesus and the 12 hurried through the dark street into a house, climbed the stairs into an upper room, and shared their Last Supper together. Once everyone had everything they needed to eat, Jesus took a piece of bread and thanked God for it. He broke it and said something like this: "Whenever you are together and share bread like this, I will be there." He also took a cup of wine and thanked God for it. And then he said something like this: "Whenever you share wine like this and are together, I will be there." What was he talking about? He was always saying things like that. How could they know? Still, they did not forget, and later they would understand. Suddenly, Judas, one of the 12, got up and left. The rest sang a hymn and then went to the Garden of Gethsemane by the Mount of Olives. Jesus wanted to pray. After he was done praying, he joined the 12. Judas came out of the shadows and kissed Jesus on the cheek. This was the sign for the temple guards to take him. They came out of the shadows and took Jesus into the night. The 12 also disappeared into the darkness. This Sunday marks the beginning of what is called Holy Week for the church calendar. It is a very special week. And so I hope that you, with your family, will take some time to talk about what Easter means to you, what Jesus means to you. Maybe you'll do some art. I would love to see your drawings or paintings or any creation that you might make. Please share those via pictures or videos. But this is really a time for conversation between you, your parents, your siblings, grandparents, and I would love to be a part of it too. Miss Margarita, we're doing Zoom meetings with families, and so if you would be interested in participating, just let me or Miss Margarita know. We'd be happy to set something up so we can talk about this big week where we're ready for the mystery of Easter, which will be next Sunday. And also, we are planning our virtual Easter egg hunt. And so I will be sending more information to your parents and caregivers, but know that we will be sharing some special time together on Saturday morning, hunting for Easter eggs in your own house. So I look forward to that time together, but until then, have a wonderful week. Much love.